Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both mics.
All right. Thank you so much. That is a wonderful round of applause, studio audience there. Welcome to both mics. Can't hear you at all, Mike. Can you hear me?
Hit that button real quick there. Hey, what's up, folks? Both Mics is a show about nothing and everything. That gentleman over there is Mike Sofka.
And that over there is Mike Taylor. And together, we're both Mike. See what we did there?
Mics. Welcome to show number 96 of Both Mics Heard Everywhere podcasts are heard. Find us live every Friday night around 7 o'clock-ish to about 9 o'clock-ish on twitch.tv/bothmics. Find us on YouTube, on Anchor, on iHeartRadio, you name it. You can find us on any podcast platform possible.
And again, we just added Podchaser to the family.
Yes,
so
shout out to Podchaser.
There's at least 25 different avenues you can catch us, catch our show, catch our podcast. If we're not somewhere that you like or that you belong, let me know. We'll see what we can work out there. But
we'll figure it out.
I'm excited about the opportunity with Podchaser here. I'm real happy about that. I think it's going to be good for us.
Checks in the mail, right?
Yeah, right. So there's a big storm this weekend here.
Really?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 80 degrees here on Sunday.
I know, crazy, huh?
Yeah. Had no idea that it was
oh yeah,
in the
people
snow.
in the Northeast are going to be all locked down and bundled up and snow and everything else. Yeah, it's going to be horrible. Meanwhile, we're in shorts.
Yep.
Hell, I don't know when the last time I wore long pants was.
I actually wore pants a few times. It gets a little chillier up here than down by you. And we actually wore pants.
It's that Jersey blood's already wore out of you, dude. You're already pussified.
Yeah.
Down in Florida too long.
Yeah. If it's in the 50s, I'm fine. But, having to take the boys to school as early as 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
To be at work in the dining room at 8 o'clock. It's a little chilly for pants. And, a little chilly for shorts. So a couple days here and there. But winter's over, and we're back to summer here. And they can suck it up over there in the Northeast.
Okay, I got a question. Did you have a wardrobe change between shows?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're watching us live on twitch.tv/bothmics or wherever you're catching us from the video from live, Mike has done the share thing. He's done the Barbra Streisand. He's stepped off in between numbers to go change his clothes.
Well, I'm in a confined room here, and I had my Monsters of Rock shirt over this one, and it was a little too warm, so I took the Monsters of Rock shirt off. I have my Royal Caribbean shirt on. Imagine that. And the leather hat was a little warm, so I switched over to my.
I thought you were trying out to be the new lead singer of Judas Priest or something. I didn't know.
Does he change his clothes a lot?
No, he wears a black hat.
The black leather cap? Yeah.
Yeah, and the black leather thing. Then I found out he's a pole smoker, and it all made sense.
He smokes Polish people?
Yes, sir. That's what he does.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Hey, there's a new thing opening up at Disney soon.
Yeah.
I bet you can't wait to take the kids on this, Mike.
Is this that new Galactic hotel?
Yeah, pretty crazy, isn't it?
As far as pricing, yes.
We talked about this in the past, but this is coming around. Yeah, it's the first of its kind experience from Disney aimed to bring guests into the Star Wars with a 2-night immersive experience. Your destination, I don't know how they say this, Halcyon, a luxury ship operated by Trangilla Starline. While aboard, you interact with characters and crew members and entangle yourself in different storylines and events. This is according to Nerdist.com. Nerdist joined an early preview voyage of Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, and we're here to break down every aspect, yada yada. It's a good article by Nerdist. You ought to go check it out. But I want to pop up a few of these pictures, and while I do this, Mike, I want to hear your feedback as somebody who has kids. And for the pricing I saw on this is pretty outrageous. I mean, Disney had figured out a way. But what are your thoughts as a Disney-going parent, as a parent who has little kids, and shit gets expensive?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's completely immersive. So the way they describe it is that, like, you have to go and you have to play as a character your entire time while you were trying to relax on vacation. I can't see spending, what is it? It's over $4,000 to, like, not be able to just go and chill out, and you have to, like, be a part of this. Yeah, I'm not an interactive gamer, Dungeons and Dragons kind of guy. So,
but I guess this is like a thing where you're staying. The hotel is it becomes, you go into another room or whatever, and that becomes the spaceship, and this whole thing, you're in it, man. It's like staying in, going to Universal or whatever, and going to the Harry Potter thing, but living there for a day or two.
Yeah, not my thing.
Well, I'm punching up some very colorful pictures and some good pictures of some stuff, and I'm going to take them backwards to forward here from where I put them up.
Yeah.
If you're on twitch.tv/bothmics, or you're hearing the podcast, go ahead and switch on over to YouTube or the website, bothmics.com. You'll catch the pictures here. There's some colorful pictures. There's 3 pictures up right now. One's of an R2 unit. Looks a little different. Is that what they call that? Obviously, it's not R2-D2. It's an R2 unit. It's a different one.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
And then I don't know what to call these 3 characters in the middle here. These are some sort of alien characters. I don't know what that...
Well, the one in the middle is obviously Jeffrey Bezos.
Yes, exactly.
I can tell from here that's Jeffrey Bezos.
We should have been doing the alien update here. What am I thinking? And then on the right is the view outside from, like, the ship's deck or what have you, where they're actually driving the boat and asking for more power and stuff like that. So, all right. This one caught my eye. Look at that. There's some sort of... It's a drink that's smoking, like... It's got dry ice in it. And there's, like, sprigs of parsley leaf. There's some sort of slimy-looking objects in there. It looks like they put a strawberry in there for you, Mike.
Yeah. Don't know what that is. I guess you're supposed to eat it. Is it possibly sushi?
I guess, dude. I'm lost with this one.
Yeah. Interesting.
Anyway, let me pull a couple of these down here. Who is that guy? That guy was a character in one of the shows here. He's obviously...
I don't remember any of the names of the characters. Especially the offbeat secondary characters. I don't remember. Right. I'm sure it's Emerald something. And
then here's another picture they show. Looks like you're getting lessons on how to use your lightsaber.
Yeah, I don't want lessons of how to use my lightsaber, especially when it's not a real lightsaber. It's just some plastic thing.
And then here you got like a family talking to some sort of robot through some sort of...
It's Mr. Coffee.
It's who?
Mr. Coffee, and Mr. Coffee, and it's right next to Mr. Radar.
Yes.
Because I always drink coffee when I'm watching Radar.
Nice. And here's a scene, looks like from that bar, the famous bar scene where all the creatures are and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
It looks cool, dude. If I had $4,000 just burning a hole in my pocket, I might give it a shot. I might see.
I don't know. For what, 2 nights?
So is this the thing where, like, the only people that would be here on this thing would be like the Big Bang Theory cast, or what? Yeah,
people like that, or people that want to burn $4,000. And are you spending the $4,000 because your kids really want to go to see Star Wars?
Well, let's be clear. It's $4,809 for 2 people in a standard cabin. That's not saying you're going Mac Daddy with the extra stuff or the packages and Photo Pass and all this other stuff you get.
Yeah, but are our children, my children, that much into Star Wars that they that they're going to pressure mom and dad into spending $9,618 to go to this for 4?
some people have that kind of jack, you know. Some people are able to do that, and God bless them for being able to do it. I just think Disney constantly reinvents itself, and I like that. It's kind of like that show South Park on TV. Every time I watch that, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they went there. How did they go so far? They'll never top that, and then boom, they top it again. Disney's figuring out a way to extract money from people, and I think they're doing a good job of it. But you're right. I don't know if it's for me, but shit, if I rode like that, I might have to go check it out. I'm surprised they didn't invite us for the premiere.
Right? I was there last week, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not really interested. I'm a big Star Wars fan. You know, I have yet to go to Hollywood Studios to check out the new, Star Wars land that they made. It's on the short list of things to do, but yeah, $4,800.
And a lot of money.
I was listening to another a video blog that a guy does that is exclusively to Disney, and he was getting some kind of vibe with reservations that Disney wasn't doing as well as they thought they would with the this hotel. So yeah, it's to be expected. You got a very small niche market. You know, you got the higher end of people that like one particular series of movies.
This is kind of like going to a Renaissance fair but not being able to leave. You know, there's these LARPers, live action role players, and they're getting paid. See, Mom, I told you all these years of LARPing would pay off. Now I'm at Disney.
Yeah. Another place that you won't see me going is a Renaissance Festival. For that exact reason, it takes a certain kind of person to be the hokey reenactor of whatever.
This is how we made horseshoes back in the day. I'm the blacksmith. Oh, hold on, my BlackBerry's ringing. Hold on. I mean, really? You ever see that? You ever been in one of those places and somebody's wearing a wristwatch or something?
Yeah, no, I haven't gone to because it's hokey. It's a little too hokey for me.
I get it. Now we know where the line is. That's all.
Yeah.
What are these, Mike?
That is a pearl on a marble countertop.
Very close. This is according to livescience.com. The China rover spots strange glass spheres on the far side of the moon. Scientists think the spheres were made by a recent meteor impact. China's U-2-2 rover has spotted two strange glass spheres on the far side of the moon, glistening like translucent pearls against the moon's dry and dusty landscape. The lunar spirals are the first of their kind to be found on the lunar surface and formed fairly recently, researchers say. I think that the alien craft that's already on the dark side of the moon dropped some ball bearings out of their engine or some shit. That's what that is.
Is it saying that marker on the bottom there that it's
0.5 centimeters?
Of 5 centimeters?
Yeah. Oh, it says 5, not 0.5. My bad.
Yeah. So how the hell did they find something that's literally a half a centimeter small?
It probably had a reflection or something. Stood out. Maybe shiny. If it's glass, it'll reflect.
But it's the dark side of the moon. What's going to reflect?
Maybe the rover thing has a light on it, being there. That side of the moon's not lit up. Or maybe they have one of those cameras where you can take a picture and make even though it's dark, it looks light.
Right.
I got that on my phone. I'm sure they got on that on the Chinese rover. Now wait a second. Misinformation was here in the last show. Am I allowed to say Chinese rover?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yes.
I'm sure I'll get an email from her later if I'm not.
So is that a Chinese dog? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, here's the deal. The U-2 rover, whose name means Jade Rabbit in Mandarin, was launched from China's Change 4 lunar lander in January, yada, 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 yada. Rover taking... Okay, this is boring science talk. Nobody wants to hear this crap. We're moving on. Basically, they found some ball bearings on the dark side of the moon. Story later.
Okay.
Next. All right, this is pretty pretty funny because we talked about this. It's not funny, the situation, but there's
ironic.
Some places in this country, this is according to thestreet.com, where some sobering news is coming to light. Tesla, Ford, and General Motors get some very sobering news, that is. Again, according to thestreet.com. The Utah Senate, following the local House of Representatives, has passed a law penalizing drivers who are arrested for driving under the influence, even with the systems activated. The law is less likely to dissuade some consumers from acquiring one of these systems, which car manufacturers generally offer by subscription. So basically, there's an argument. They're saying under the bill, a driver who activates the self-driving feature while under the influence violates the law. I say he couldn't have been that drunk if he turned on the fucking self-driving thing.
Right? Well, I get, you got to make a law.
Well, that's what they did.
You got to make a standard for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless of whether or not the system works, you still have to be sober. Yeah.
They say that a driver can be cited for DUI because someone still has to be in charge of the vehicle while the systems are activated.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's like that job they give college athletes. Your job, we're going to pay you $6,000 a week. Your job is to make sure that the field is watered. What time does the field get watered? 7 a.m. in the morning. Great. He shows up at 7 a.m. in the morning and the lawn's already getting watered. The sprinklers are all on. So he goes to the guy who's in charge of the place and says, hey, I'm here at 7 o'clock, but the sprinklers are already on. He goes, yeah, they're automatic. Go home. That's like one of those deals, They're
right.
It's crazy, dude.
Anyway.
Don't go to Utah with your Tesla in self-driving mode if you've been drinking all that fine moonshine they make in the Mormons of Utah.
Yeah, do yourself a favor and just don't go to Utah.
It's supposed to be a beautiful place, dude. I was thinking about going.
I would imagine. Monument National Park and all that. Beautiful area. But, yeah, we've worked in places where we deal with a lot of people from around the country and around the world. And Utah is one of the top 4 where people are just out of their mind.
Well, yeah, there ain't shit to do there, dude. You'd go crazy, too. You might as well be in Antarctica.
Hey, folks, how you doing? My name's Mike. I'm going to be your server tonight. Where y'all from? Utah. Oh, okay. Great.
Thanks for coming.
I'll be back.
My favorite was, hey, everybody, how you doing? Cheers. Hey, do you have any, are they crisp or are they chips? And I'm like, oh, shit, you're kidding me. Stop.
Mike, come here. Let's take a walk through Epcot.
Oh, my God. The stories.
Over here we have IT, not TP.
Yes. See? Yeah. You should have asked Miss Information if that was racist or not. She would have told you.
Did you almost say missed opportunity?
Almost, yes. I like that. We may have to get Miss Opportunity on here with Misinformation.
I thought it was the same person.
Could be. I've never seen them in the same room at the same time.
Like Billy Idol and Jim Morrison?
Yes. Or Janet and Michael Jackson.
I worked with somebody at one point, and they told me that Jim Morrison and Billy Idol were the same person. And I'm like, yeah, well, Sam Kinison and Meatloaf are the same person then.
Nice. I saw somebody had a meme for Meatloaf out already, and it was like a split picture. And the left half was a picture of Meatloaf, all sweaty, hair stuck to his face, singing. And the picture to the right was an urn. And it said Meatloaf and then leftovers. And I thought that was
nice.
I know.
Yeah, too soon.
I don't think so. This is our boy Dave Grohl. I like everything this guy does is gold.
I made lasagna!
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Lasagna!
He's got a movie coming out. They threw the commercial out at during the Super Bowl. And Lisa was trying to tell me that commercial was for the Foo Fighters movie. And I was like, They didn't even show the Foo Fighters. They didn't play any of the Foo Fighters. And she read it somewhere. And sure enough, Dave Grohl's out making a tour, on Variety.com. Dave Grohl says Studio 666, that's the movie, I guess, and recording a metal album as a fictional band, Dream Widow. So he's playing a role, and for that role, Foo Fighters is stepping out of what they normally do, and they put out a metal album. What do you think?
I'm sure it's got to be better than the Bee Gees album they did.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that. I think we commented about that on one of the early shows, didn't we?
Yep. Yeah, we did. I didn't know it was metal related. I knew it was a movie, but I heard it was like a horror movie or something.
Well,
and I also heard it was horrible.
Well, like Rob Zombie. He has that whole zombie personality. He makes horror films. Plus, he's got that. I think it's more of a driving rock and roll, but I guess you would consider it metal. I don't know.
Yeah, hard rock, heavy metal.
Anyway,
gonna be interesting, I guess. I like Dave Grohl. Never liked him because of Nirvana. Despised Nirvana the whole 9 yards, and really didn't know who he was until the Foo Fighters when they did the song for Godzilla back in like '97. And it should be good. I like his concert videos when he brings people up on stage and lets them play guitar or sing or play drums.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like Kiss Guy, and the way he interacts with them is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So from a personal standpoint, I like him. I like a few of their songs. Would I go if I got a free concert ticket? Sure.
Yeah. Well, this movie, Dave Grohl portrays a guy in this band called Dream Widow, and then they took it a step further and said, well, we'll just release an album as this band as well. So confusion on my part. I don't know if the album's really named from the Foo Fighters or what, but look for Studio 666. That's the movie. He was in a movie before I saw the Tenacious D movie. The Guitar Pick of Glory or whatever they call that. He played the devil character. They did a Devil Went Down to Georgia thing, and he was the devil character. He was really good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, everything that guy touches is good, yeah.
I made lasagna.
That's great. What? Her name is Tanya? What?
and for what, like a half a second, this lead singer from Metallica is in that commercial? In the bathtub? Like literally, how long was he on set to do a half second?
They
you gotta phone that one in.
There's a guy that just died not long ago. I think his name was James Langeman or something. I don't have it in front of me here. He played in Queens of Stone Age with Dave Grohl for a while, and the guy just died. Now, picture this. When Queens of the Stone Age is happening, this is post-Nirvana, post Kurt Cobain's death, all this. Around the time we were working at the RFC, that was Queens of Stone Age's big heyday, so a little over 20 years ago, okay?
I've heard of him, and I had no idea that Dave Grohl was in the band.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan. He was in and out of the band. Even when he was in on the albums, he couldn't tour necessarily because of his other obligations with Foo Fighters, etc. But he was in the videos. He was an integral part of the band.
Guitar, sing, drums,
all that.
Okay.
But there was a couple other guys in there equally as talented, so they kind of moved around, I guess. But long story short, so Dave Grohl, the first time he meets this guy I'm talking about that died from Queens of Stone Age, first time he meets him, he didn't play music with him, but he was over at this guy's house for a function or something. This guy didn't get to meet him, I guess. Dave Grohl ends up crashing on the guy's couch. Dude wakes up in the morning scratching his balls. He's like, who the hell are you? Can you imagine waking up and having Dave Grohl passed out on your couch? And what's the first thing you say? You don't say, Dave Grohl, oh my God. You don't say, oh, you were Nirvana. You don't say anything. You go, who the hell are you? Really? Really?
Was it a power move?
I don't think so. They ended up playing together in the thing. I'm sure he knew. If I would know the fucking Nirvana drummer sleeping on my couch, you know?
Right.
Come on. Let's go, people. It's not that hard. Anyway, I like the thing he did. Did you ever see a thing he did, Dave Grohl, called Sound City?
No.
You ought to look that up on YouTube. And it's like the Sound City studio, and he recorded some songs there. He did a song with Rick Nielsen, and Rick was shredding the guitar on this thing. And then he was like, "Oh, I didn't even prepare. I just went in and played and all this." I'm like, "Really, dude?" But
right,
it's like an hour and 20 minutes or whatever. It's like a little video. It's like a documentary style almost. It's pretty good. It really is. But you get to see behind
guitar.
the music.
Yeah, you play guitar for 50 years. You know, how much preparing do you need?
Right, exactly. Well, it's like that time I met this guy. He and I got hired on at the same place back in 2009, I think. Same day. So we're there filling out paperwork together, and I'm like, "So, what'd you do before this?" And he tells me, and I'm like, "Oh, all right. What do you do when you're not working here?" He goes, "Oh, I'm in a band." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, cool. Maybe I'll come catch you guys when you practice or something. Maybe I'll see." Because I'm thinking this guy's not in a band. You know, he don't look like he's in a band. He looks worse than me. He looks more square than me. Okay, there's no fucking way this guy's in a band. And so I go, "Yeah, maybe when you guys are practicing or something, sometime I can come over and check you out." And he goes, "Practice? No, we don't practice. We just show up and play. We've been playing together for 35 years. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, never mind.
Wow.
Sorry."
Holy crap!
And sure enough, they're really tight. Shout out to Crane, John Crane, and Somp City. That's Sons of Maitland, Florida. Or at least that's what they told their parents. It was really "sit on my face" or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Like Kiss with Knights of Satan service.
Yes, exactly. No, they had a big following, and they've been up until last year or so. They would do at least one or two shows around the holiday season at these like Cheers and just other places, and they had a true following. I guess when they were in school, they were like the band that everyone went to see, and
Right. Well, that's cool.
Yep. So turns out. We've talked about this before, too. But the Simpsons predicted the Russian invasion of Ukraine back in 1999.
Of course they did.
Yeah, they had Trump coming down the elevator, running for president.
Yeah, if you throw enough mud at the wall, something sticks.
This is according to NewYorkPost.com. The Simpsons predicted the very sad Russian invasion of Ukraine. Following the tragic event, astute Twitter users the 1998 episode in a prophetic series called Simpson Tide. In it, Homer accidentally fires a submarine captain into Russian waters during a military exercise, prompting a newly resuscitated Soviet Union to deploy troops and tanks to the streets and instantly resurrect the Berlin Wall.
Okay.
Yeah, you can look this up online. It's if you're like 30 years old or younger, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I get it. You're like, who's the Simpsons? Why is this old man yawning during his show? You watch the Simpsons, Mike?
Not in a dog's age, really.
Will you let your kids watch the Simpsons?
No, they got better things to do.
Okay.
They're into the Paw Patrol and
That's racist, Mike. Paw Patrol's racist.
Of course it is. And all the new things that kids are into.
Yeah.
So
no more Barney around. Remember with the other kids, you had Barney, right?
Yeah. It was a thing with my daughter. My oldest, not so much. I think he missed the wheelhouse for that. So it was more of a mid-early 90s thing where he was older and out of that age by then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was more of the Ninja Turtle thing.
Ah, yeah, the Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yup.
All right. So there's an interesting picture I'm going to show you here in a second.
Okay.
And this is almost like a get off my lawn situation, but I'm not going to go all the way there with this.
Okay.
This is a guy attempting to steal a crossbow from a store. This is a snapshot from a security camera. He's sticking a crossbow down his pants.
Correct.
And he's wearing a mask and a hat, so you can't tell who he is.
Of course not.
So he's at like some sort of big box type store and now looks like he's in his shoe aisle, but he's carrying a crossbow and he's sticking it down the front of his pants while he's pretending to look back at shoes as he's walking along there. So
yeah.
Here's my question. Was the safety on? I need to know, like how obviously he's skilled. I mean, did he get charged with carrying a concealed weapon? Did he get charged with carrying 2 concealed weapons?
Right.
I don't know.
Did he even make it out of the store?
This is in Mims, Florida, according to Patch.com. Wow. There you go, Mims. That's all I had to say, right? Mims. Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey said on Facebook, quote, "You can't make this stuff up." According to the Sheriff's Office, on February 6, 2022, employees at the True Value store in Mims discovered that 2 crossbows had been stolen from the store. After reviewing video surveillance footages, workers observed a man walking into the store, stealing a pair of cutting tools off the shelf, then cutting the zip ties off a Raven Rio crossbow.
Wow.
Deputies say the man, later identified as Darren Durant, can be seen walking around a corner from where the crossbows were shelved and then stuffing the crossbow down the front of his pants so he could walk out the store undetected. Durant was located a couple days later in the parking lot of a nearby Walgreens. Believe it or not, Durant actually fled on foot when he observed Deputy Michael Lindo. Although, as you might imagine, after seeing the video, he didn't get very far. Durant is currently in the Seminole County Jail on unrelated burglary charge. However, now he's facing charges in Brevard County for felony theft.
Wow. Yeah, so I guess some people lead their life this way. They just freaking steal everything.
Well, there is that trend, especially out on the left coast, where they won't prosecute anything less than $1,000. So people are like walking. That's why Walgreens shut a bunch of places, especially in California.
Wow.
Like businesses closed up because they're powerless. They can't do anything. If they touch them, they're going to get sued. So these people are bringing in trash bags and stuff and just loading up with shit and just walking right out the door. And I'm like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, well, California's a unique place. It needs to fall off into the ocean already.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Yeah.
So I-4 this weekend is opening up express lanes. So if you're listening, you're outside the Central Florida area. Tell them about I-4 in general, Mike.
I-4 goes north and south, but it's supposed to go east and west.
What kind of joy do you get when you drive on I-4?
Yeah. When I first moved there in 99, I was like, you know what they need to do? They need to make an upper deck in Sanford and make it go all the way to Disney. This way people coming down who are tourists who don't want to go to downtown Orlando just go upstairs and drive from Sanford to Disney.
Just make Disney pay for it. Hey, here, put up a friggin' what's the giant thing on the tracks? The big train they have? Monorail.
The monorail.
Yeah. Put a monorail at Disney. You pay for it. How about that?
That's exactly what I was thinking back in 1999. So what? Like 8 years ago, they get the idea that they're going to expand these lanes, and there's no room to move vertically, horizontally. Because of all the buildings and everything. But somehow they found the way to do it. I guess they did eminent domain or whatever the case may be. Yeah. To make express lanes for tolls. Now they're going to charge you for these 2 extra lanes.
Well, this is what they do in Atlanta and a lot of other places with a lot of traffic, and these lanes are very popular. And during like rush hour, the toll may be $4.75 or whatever.
Yep.
But when it's not rush hour, you can ride in that lane when you could perfectly ride in a good lane in front of you that you're in. The 4 lanes that you have, you can ride in those 2 for like a quarter instead of like $4.75. So there's peak in demand. And I think it's a good thing, but how many more tolls are they going to charge us? When these toll roads, I don't think you were here, or maybe you were here, back in Central Florida. I'm talking about the 80s, the late 80s, early 90s. put up these toll roads in Central Florida, and they're like, don't worry, we're just going to have tolls until we pay off the debt from putting these roadways in. Then there won't be any more bullshit. Those tolls became another revenue source for the state, for the county, for everybody else. So they just went through this never-ending cycle of keep building, building.
And they said that, well, we need to maintain these roads, and this revenue is to maintain these roads. Like, all right, so you're taking from the left pocket and putting it in the right pocket. I get it now. Yeah, well, Jersey's the same way.
Supposedly, they're also going to do like a speed train or something through Central Florida along I-4 as part of I-4 in the middle there. So I don't understand this diagram, this picture. Picture I have up is from the relevant information here. It's showing 4 traffic lanes going one way, 4 traffic lanes going the other way on each side, and in the middle there's 2 lanes and 2 lanes, and those are the express lanes. And they're very specific on this image, and this is curious to me. The lanes say, they're showing you the diagram that these are the non-tolled lanes. Those are on the outside. The 4 lanes in the middle are 2 and 2, 2 going one way, 2 going the other way. But it's specific. It says the express lanes are concrete pavement.
Yeah.
What's the difference in that? Why? What is that better? Is that worse? Why am I paying more for that?
Maybe they just didn't want to put toll road there. You know.
There you go. Put the positive spin on it. Yes.
Yep. And there's some areas where this particular concrete pavement like twists and turns in very odd ways, and I can't. I don't know.
It takes a long time for concrete to cure. It takes a lot longer than they give it. It could take up to 2 months or so for concrete to really cure. So they do that on 441 in the Apopka area in Central Florida, and you're riding down the road near this, old country airport, and you hear da 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 da. You know, your tires hitting each section of the concrete, and I'm like, really?
You ever drive down a road like that where you have to go to the bathroom real bad?
No.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it. Yeah. Interstate 84 in New York was like that, and there was a day where I was caught in traffic and just finished a 7-Eleven Big Gulp, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I get on this road, and boom, 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 and I had to pee like you wouldn't believe. Not fun. I don't recommend it.
There's been times, though, over the years where, I-4 has been, I've been stuck on I-4 for like trying to make a 15-minute ride, 45 minutes and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, pulling the hair out of my head. Back in the day, they had two lanes on 4. And then as you were heading into downtown, it spread to 3 lanes. Then when you got just before the downtown exit, they had a separate exit added right next to it with 2 lanes so you could get off and those exits and people could get back on. And I always thought, oh man, this is cool. And my mom used to get mad at me. I was an adult living outside the house, but if we would go somewhere together or something, I would take the toll roads. And she would go, I don't know why you're paying these tolls. You got free roads right here. I'm like, yeah, I'm paying for time. I'm not paying for the road. I'm paying for my time. It sucks, but I'd rather pay the 50 cents than sit there for 40 minutes,
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, we have one of those Easy Pass things, and we have it. It's in my car, and we when we went to Miami, we used it, and of course last week when we went down to see the mouse, we had to make a divert onto 408 and 429, which are toll roads, and we didn't have the flipping Easy Pass with us. So we get on 408. They do toll by
plate, don't they? You just run it and they send you.
I have no idea. I pulled off and paid the cash, and literally there was 2 toll booths on 408, which were like 2 miles from each other, literally 2 miles, and it was like $1.50 and $1.50. So like within a 2-mile stretch there, it was literally $3. So I'm like, okay, why not just make one toll booth and call it $3?
That's funny. It reminds me of back in the day, maybe 25 years ago. I think the 417 had just been complete out to Sanford. So you could go from Orlando, you go all the way out by UCF, and then you could go to Sanford. You go over this big bridge, massive alligator-infested water.
Yeah. Is it Lake Jessup?
I think so. Yeah. You sometimes when you're riding on that bridge, you look out and it looks like a bunch of logs in the water. No, those aren't 10 and 12-foot logs. Those are alligators.
Yeah.
So
my understanding is when you get the alligator trappers trap an alligator, that's where they bring them. That's what I understood.
So so one night I was traveling, and usually when you get to Sanford, there was a toll booth. And this is going back to before E-Pass was even really a big thing. This is how long it was, 25, 30 years ago, whatever. So I'm driving, and I get to this toll thing, and normally there's like 3 or 4 toll booths. There's one open. And I get it. It's like 1:30 in the morning, okay?
Right.
But there's a line. There's like 6 cars, okay?
Okay.
And I'm like, all right. So then it slowly moves. And then it slowly moves. Then it slowly moves. I got like 10 minutes in this line for 5 cars to get through there. And I'm like, what are they doing? Is this guy counting change wrong? What's going on? So I roll down my window because the guy in front of me is now taking an exceptional long time. And this is what I hear. Yeah, can you tell me how to get to Los Angeles, California from here?
Wow.
I about lost my mind, dude. I yelled at him, get the F out of the way! Fucking take I-10! I mean, I was going on, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so I think there's etiquette with that stuff, but now it's kind of not really etiquette because most people just do the toll thing where you never see it, you never know it, it's on a sticker on your car. So your E-Pass, it's not a little sticker, or it's the little...
I have the little suction cup thing.
I
opted for the suction cup thing. This way we can move it from one car to the other.
I was doing that too, but it got to the point recently where mine wasn't working properly, and they made me get a sticker. They said, yeah, we don't do that anymore. I was like, This is like switching phones. They make you keep switching phones.
Right.
I see.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's tolls all over the place now, and you don't even think about them. You're just driving in a car, you hear beep, or you don't even hear it.
Yep.
You're like, there goes $4. Anyway, I think they should make a toll when you get off at Buc-ee's.
When you pull in the parking lot?
Yes, there's a toll. Yeah, $0.25.
Wow. Yeah, and it's payable to me.
Actually, what we need to do is we need to get out there and set up shop. Hey, how you doing? You going to Buc-ee's today? Yeah, it'll be 25 cents. What? Yeah, just give me the $0.25. Move on.
Yeah, put it in the basket.
Okay, so I do that with 10 people. I got what? $25? Sorry, $2.50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I missed one question.
If you go
on the map.
from New York to Florida, it used to be that you can go from New York to Washington, D.C. for like $14 in tolls. But to go from New York to Florida, it's still $14 in tolls. Yeah, because there's no tolls south of Washington, D.C. At least that was back in the 90s.
I think these E-Pass type companies are kind of consolidating, helping each other out. Remember back in the day when Visas and the ATMs came out, and you have to go to your specific bank brand, like they weren't channeled together. If you banked at NCNB or wherever, you had to go to that bank, and then you could look on the back of your card and see a symbol for like some sort of unifying type thing where it was different banks.
It was called Plus. They had different banks, and then there's shared branching and all kinds of stuff they have now. And the Visa logo basically united everything.
Yeah.
And took care of that. So the only place I have a problem using a credit card is Costco.
Why?
Costco only accepts Visa.
MasterCard? Oh, Visa, not MasterCard?
Yeah, I think it used to be MasterCard or it used to be Amex. And of all my credit cards, I only have one Visa. They're all MasterCards. Even the freaking bank ones are MasterCard.
We go to a big box store. We go to Sam's. I don't like going to Sam's. I don't like going anywhere. I don't like it. But there's certain times and certain things you have to do, So I'll go to Sam's as opposed to Walmart, and I'll get 1 or 2 key things from Sam's in bulk. And if something else catches our eye, we'll get it. Whatever.
Yeah,
but
same here.
the thing that we like to do is on the way out, and I was fascinated by this because we got a credit card that's a Sam's credit card. And you don't have to have the Sam's credit card to do this, but you, as your part of your membership, you use the app. Now, remember in the last show you were talking about Disney and you didn't like using the app. Well, this one's going to save you time because while there's 65 people in line and they're letting one go through the thing to this line, to that line, there's 65 people in line, you check yourself out. Beep, 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 beep. You scan all the crap in your cart, you hit total, it pays the bill and prints up the coupon, just displays the yes, receipt. They paid, and then you take that to the checker, old person at the door, and they randomly pick 3 items with their phone. They scan your code, then they take their phone, and they randomly pick 3 items that are in your cart, and if all 3 have been rung up, they say, have a nice day.
Wow.
So I'm trying to learn where they don't look on the cart, so maybe I could get, a side of beef out of there or something.
I'll scan with something, get a nice, rack of ribs.
Well, wow. I mean, I'm still stuck with the idea. If I go to a store, even a big box store, if I have to check myself out, I should be entitled to 1 free item. Exactly. I don't think I'm asking for a lot.
No. And to play the numbers like that, they would probably win out in the end.
Plus, I'm sure I may or may not fit a profile of somebody that might do that or somebody they may suspect of doing that. I'm the old crazy guy. Oh, I must have missed that. Sorry, Sonny.
Right. But it's a $1,200 laptop. That's an iPad Pro. What are you talking about?
It is some funny stuff here. So, a Florida woman caused a big scene.
No.
Yes. An 85-year-old woman.
Jeez.
Guess what she did?
Hit the gas pedal instead of the brake.
Something very much like that.
Imagine
now, mind
that.
you, I have to go to New York to get this story, according to NewYorkPost.com, so it must be true. Elderly Florida woman drives into outdoor diners, killing 1 and injuring 6.
Wow, can you imagine, dude? Just trying to eat my damn dinner.
See, that's why I don't like working on the patio.
And Grandma Dynamite comes along and hits the wrong damn pedal.
1 person was killed and 6 others injured when a car plowed into the outdoor dining area of a Florida cafe on Thursday night, cops said. An elderly woman behind the wheel was trying to parallel park but accelerated, sending the car barreling into patients of the Call Me Gabby in South Beach section of Miami Beach just after 6 p.m. A child was among the injured. Photos of the scene shared to social media show a large emergency response along busy Washington Avenue in the south of 5th neighborhood. The palm tree lined thoroughfare was closed due to traffic as police investigated. Somebody else says they contributed to the story via their tweet. I'm never eating outside of a restaurant on a busy street again. I just watched a car back into people eating outside on Miami Beach.
Wow.
Do you eat outside like that? You and I have before together.
Yeah, well, I've worked outside on patios in more than one restaurant. But, I'm not a fan of eating outside, especially when it's hot.
Right.
The kids like it. The missus likes it. The kids are like, can we eat outside? And I'm like, eh.
Well, at the RFC, it was cool because usually you got 6 or more and it was an autograt. And people were happy because they didn't have to wait 3 hours for the inside. They could get in 40 minutes or whatever on a patio.
No, it was all the tables were 6 or more, Yep.
And you got closed early, so you were the first one at the bar.
You were the first one cut. And slept and get out the door. And
I just didn't like it from the heat aspect, like you said. That's the only shifts I would ever get on a patio. And I'm like, I'm trading up. I'll trade to a lead. Give me the lead section. I'll do that.
Right. Yeah, I did patio all the time, especially on Friday and Saturday. You work all week, and Friday and Saturday, you get out a little bit earlier, make the same money.
I can remember before me and the lovely Lisa were married. She had to move to the ATL for a little while, and I would work like double shifts, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then I'd make like an ungodly amount of money. I won't say how much it was, but if you work Friday and Saturday double, you can make an easy $300 each day.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, if you did the same thing, you could do it again. And it was like wow, I made 4 figures over these 3 days here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drive to Atlanta and fucking blow it all. That's what I'm going to do.
Yep. I'm gonna take a Spirit Airlines flight.
Well, yeah.
$39 each way.
Yeah, those were the days, man. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. So, out in California.
Yes.
I wasn't going to do this story yet. I'll do this story. All right, I'll do it. According to NBCnews.com, so this must be true, a black bear suspected in seven-month California crime wave turns out to be 3 bears, DNA shows. Authorities initially said a 500-pound bear, known locally as Hank the Tank, was responsible for breaking into dozens of homes in South Lake Tahoe.
Breaking into homes?
Hank has accomplices. The black bear thought to be responsible for forcefully entering nearly 30 homes, and 152 reports of conflict behavior in South Lake Tahoe, California over the past 7 months is in fact at least 3 bears. See, now, where I went with this was they need to get Goldilocks' ass out there real quick. She can narrow down which one likes it too hot, which one likes it too cold. Yeah, when I heard 3 bears. While recent incidents of bears invading homes were originally thought to be a single bear, DNA evidence collected from the most recent incident, as well as prior incidents over the past several months, proved that at least 3 bears. So here's a picture of this 500-pound bear called Hank the Tank.
Wow.
That is a huge bear, dude.
That is a big bear.
He's breaking into homes and emptying refrigerators, I bet.
Now, here's the thing. Could he be framing 2 other bears?
I bet it's Trump's fault. Or it's Putin. Putin's invading us from California. Don't they equate Russia with the bear?
They, it's one bear, and he's taking DNA from other bears and setting it up in people's countertops and refrigerators.
And what are they getting DNA from? Is he brushing his hair with a hairbrush? Is he spitting on the floor? Is he cranking one off with one of the other bears?
He's probably slobbering on stuff and hair and whatnot.
Does he rape the cat? Is that where you're getting the
nice.
The DNA? All right, gone too far there. Thank you. Sorry, pushed it too far. Here's a quick question for you. This will wrap us up here. We got about, 7 to go. But I'm going to ask you a question. This is according to patch.com. This is, which is the hardest college to get into in Florida? Now, I got a picture up. If you're watching us on twitch.tv/bothmikes, YouTube, what have you. Are you frozen there, Mike?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put a thing up. It has 6 logos. UCF is University of Central Florida. Miami, the Hurricanes. Florida State, that's the Seminoles in Tallahassee. UNF, University of North Florida. I think that must be in the Panhandle, I'm guessing.
I think that's by me.
Then there's UF, that's the University of Florida in Gainesville, the Gators. And then USF, that's in Tampa, that's the Bulls. Which of these is the hardest to get into, do you think?
I'm going to go with USF.
Guess again.
UCF.
Guess again.
UNF.
Guess again.
Florida State.
Guess again. You got 2 left. You got Miami or you got Florida.
Now, do I go for the answer or do I go for the 5 wrong in a row?
Either way, you're a winner in my book, buddy.
Okay, I'm going with Miami.
I read some of these stats and I'm like, holy crap. Now, this is as of recent because I know at the time the hardest school to get into when my son was trying to get into UCF at the time in 2010. It was one of the hardest ones to get into. A college education is the single largest investment many Americans will make in their lifetimes, according to Patch.com. When accounting for the interest on student loans and loss of potential income during school, the total cost of a bachelor's degree can exceed $400,000. They go on and on to say about money, money, money. Based on an index of admission rates and SAT scores, the University of Florida ranks as the hardest school in Florida to get into. In the 2021 school year, a reported 31.1% of all 48,193 applications were admitted. So you have less than a 1 in 3 chance if you qualify academically. Additionally, the combined median math and critical reading SAT scores among students admitted in the fall of 2019 was a 1390 out of a possible 1600. That's a pretty good score. It's a pretty strong score.
Yeah.
Say undergraduate enrollment at the University of Florida topped 34,931 as of fall 2020. There are 17 students for every faculty member on board, and the average earnings among students 10 years after enrollment stands at $65,000. See, that's not enough for me, dude. To go $400,000 in debt for $65,000 on average after 10 years?
Right.
What are you doing? I get it. I mean, I get it. I wish, that I could have. I got a degree, but it's not a 4-year degree, and it's not from the University of Florida, but neither here nor there. I'm still a Gator fan, but what I'm trying to say is you don't need it necessarily, I don't think. Look at Elon Musk. Look at people that, you could go to college and be an educated idiot, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you got to look at it one way is there's one Elon Musk, and like you said, there's 6 or 7 people out there that are moving and shaking the planet, moving us forward, and it's all those other people that and that's the thing. That $65,000 is someone who probably pursues the career in which they got a degree in, And how many people do we know that are a graduate of these 6 schools and worked with us hand in hand at the RFC?
Yeah. Well, my favorite thing is when you're talking to somebody who's all disappointed because there's not enough jobs in America about Chinese sociology. That's what she majored in.
Yeah.
There's not enough jobs about painting. Yeah, go paint the house. And they're surprised when they get out there that the world isn't like they thought it would be. The world's much different than that. So
yeah, I have an ex who went to Florida State, and when she started school, her major was music. She played the flute. She liked playing the flute. Okay, what's your opportunity there? Where do you take playing the flute?
I don't know. Maybe she can be in some play or something with the fairies or.
Yeah, that's all well and good. If you don't mind doing Sunday matinees, you can be part of an orchestra. Sure, you can go to Hollywood. The top 1% of flute players, what do they make?
Right.
She switched to social work.
The people who make the most money in this country under this system, under the capitalist system, regardless of what your thoughts or beliefs are about it, all of them have one thing in common. They either own their own business or they're in sales management. That's pretty much it. You're the top. It doesn't take a rocket scientist sometimes to do stuff. It just takes initiative and timing and knowing an alien, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, look at the people who own, the boats and the vacation homes and stuff. What do they do?
Mm-hmm.
They're self-employed,
yeah.
Or they're probably in a trade.
Yeah.
Plumbers make crazy money. I've paid many plumbers and carpenters and electricians over the past few years to know that that's where it's freaking at. Unfortunately, right. It's a job that's looked down upon. To be a plumber or a
hey, you want to make money? Do shit no one else will do. Hey, we're out of time here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us. We look forward to getting together with you next time for what's the next show? 97?
97, 98.
Crazy. All right, We'll talk with you next time, folks.
Take care. Ciao.